Hello, hello. Good Friday. Daniel, good to see you. And Samba, thank you. What the hell? Samba's first in the chat immediately to the lurks as well. Appreciate that. Good old Borderlands 3 theme music, yeah. Well, menu music. It's pretty good. I like it. Yeet! Yeet, yeet, motherfucker! Good morning, Lyndon. Thank you for the yeet. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to a little bit of just chatting. I've got a few videos to watch today, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get any kind of gameplay in. Depends, remains to be seen, but I basically have about 2 hours. And even though it's a very short stream, I thought, well, I'd rather just chill for 2 hours, have a little chat, watch some stuff that I would have watched anyway. That is gaming related, so I think a lot of you might enjoy it. And then yeah, I have to actually get ready and go get on the road for probably about hour and a half of public transportation. But we've got like a little high school friends mini reunion happening, so that's why it's a shorter stream today. Linus is doing all right. Date night tonight, so I've got 8 hours to figure that out. Wait, date night? As in what, the kids are away and it's only you and your wife, so you have to figure out what you're doing? That is my theory on what date night tonight means. Okay, Twitch is being a little bit weird. I cannot open my dashboard on your laptop. It just won't show me the preview. Welcome to Twitch. Shit like that happens. Linus is every Friday. Wait, oh, I didn't know. So every Friday you've got something.
Lou Valentine
Long time.
50 euros, short stream, bit tips.
I I'm a little bit confused. Love you long time. Thank you. First of all, in the first place. Thank you very much. Short stream bit tips. I am dumb. I don't understand what you mean, short stream bit tips. Oh, big tips! Oh, he can't spell! Ah, yes. I get it now. Love you long time. Dude. Now I feel guilty for streaming only 2 hours. Congratulations on achieving that. Love you long time. For real. Thank you very much. Could have kept it for the long Monday stream with Tales of the Borderlands out of all things. But thank you. For real. Look at your glorious, magnificent cockeroni in the center of the screen. It is big. 5,530 HP. Thank you, love you long time. Even more appreciated than it has been over the years. And it is years. And yes, yeah, Monday. That said, yeah, I know a lot of us here, Borderlands veterans, that are sort of, you know, we have good memories, but we have moved on. That said, I want to try the new Tales from the Borderlands. Just give it a spin. It's not that expensive, so I'm gonna get that and just, you know, see what's happening in my once favorite universe. I've checked some reviews, and they are very polarizing, let's put it that way. There are certain media outlets that are rating it really high, and there are certain that are rating it really low, to a point where, like, Rock, Paper, Scissors even is saying, like, don't play it, it's terrible, you know, terrible humor. So I've got a feeling, since this kind of a game, you know, it doesn't have that much gameplay, you know, apart from you just making decisions. It's mostly you're just watching, right? So it is down to the story and the writing, and that seems to be very, very subjective. There are some people saying that the jokes are absolute cringe and very terrible, and then some people are saying that they're laugh out loud. What are they going to be? I think we can only judge by ourselves. I don't know if any of you have watched anything yesterday from those creators that had early access. Because the game's actually, for the rest of us, launching later tonight. But if you have seen something, let me know what you thought so far about the jokes. I honestly, I'll not try and judge something that I haven't seen. There have been some good jokes in Borderlands 2. Some good jokes in Borderlands 3 as well. Some very cringy ones in Borderlands 3. Wonderlands improved it on it a little bit, but unfortunately went with the whole, you know, pee-pee poo-poo or PG-13 thing, which, I don't know, just not my vibe. So we'll have to see for ourselves, I guess, yeah. Just saw the spread of reviews, yeah. Very, very different. So I think that just means we have to check it out for ourselves. And I'll do that on Monday. So if some of you don't want to play it or don't want to drop money for it yet, wait until Monday. I'll be playing it on Monday. It is quite possible that I'm going to be live either tomorrow or on Sunday. But I'll keep the new Tales from the Borderlands for Monday. Since Saturdays, Sundays, a lot of you can't make it for the stream since I am your working day stream. I'll be doing something else. But on Monday, yeah, we'll try it out. Yo, it's Lovely Long Time still #1. He very much is. Look at that. You know, when you look at the numbers, it seems like, yeah, it's just a few hours or just a few days. But you know what? To catch up a few days in viewing time is difficult, yeah. Lennon says about Fridays, every Friday date night doesn't mean kids are always gone. It's just sometimes it's a movie night, sometimes it's a good dinner. Oh, so the arrangement is that you take your wife out, or you sort of alternate between who figures out what you do on Friday. And that's very nice. I like that. That you have dedicated time for each other. Daniel says, I personally don't care for the jokes. Fair enough. Yeah, for me, it matters a lot because, especially in a Tales game, that's just going to be the main content, right? The gameplay is going to be press A or press D to choose the choice 1 or the choice 2. That's basically it. Volts, and it is almost November. It is scary. I won't lie. How is it November? Where did this year go? Why wasn't it better than last year? Daniel's back to grinding GTA 4, no damage. Have you finished a full run without taking a single shot, or are you still attempting? Linus says Fridays or day, even if the rest of the week is ships passing in the night. Yeah, but you know what? You've been like that for many years, and you know what? We're living through a stage like that as well, and if I'm, you know, lucky, blessed, and hardworking enough, then if I get to keep the streaming gig going, it very possibly might be the same for me as well still, right? Where in the morning she's gone, then I wake up and she's already at work, and then when she comes back from work, I'm still streaming for like good 3 to 4 hours. So, yeah, to have just some dedicated time for each other that is reserved and you don't book anything else during those times, I think it's a very, very sensible choice, right? Daniel says, I have finished a full GTA 4 with 1 death run. Not 0, though. Yeah, exactly. 1 death, not count. You gotta do the 0. Volson says, this year flew by. Just me? Nope. Same. It just sort of whizzed past, and as one does, right? During New Year's, it was like 2022. It's gonna be the big year finally. A lot of things done. It's gonna feel better, and it wasn't in many kinds of ways. Looking at the world out there, you know, the Ukraine war and many other things, and then personal stuff. I'm sure a lot of that for yourselves as well. A lot of personal stuff in lives. It wasn't a better year. It was a pretty rough one. A very bumpy road. It's almost over. 2023, that's going to be the better year, right? It will. About date nights and dedicated time for each other, Lyndon says, I think it's necessary. I absolutely agree with you, yes. When you don't arrange that, and that's what happened, one of the reasons why me and Miss Cyan, let's still call her that, why we split in London was that, yeah, ships passing at night. Yes, it was my depression and me really sort of isolating as well. But part of that was also me not going out with her anymore. She did invite me to quite a lot of things, and I always said no, and at some point she stopped inviting. And then what happened is that extra time together that we could have had also vanished, yeah. Love You Long Time says, Miss Love You and I do a bunch of lunch out. No, there was no bunch, just lunch. Lunch out either Saturday or Sunday. No kids, just us. It's good stuff. I hope your date night is good one, Lyndon. I agree, yes. Kids are wonderful, I can imagine, and sort of understand. But you need time for yourselves as well, right?
Sometimes you gotta think the unimaginable.
Daniel says 2023, so many games coming out. I'll have all hands on deck. Are there more games in 2023 than 2022? I think some big releases got delayed to 2023. That's true. Bloons is the blessing we need, Volson. You still playing it? You're a Genshin fan. Why are you still talking about Bloons? Good playable games next year. Yeah. Right? Didn't it feel like this year is going to be a big year in gaming? And it was sort of just average, wasn't it? Crazy Catmum, hello. Welcome back. Afternoon. How are you doing? Isn't it the case that in gaming we're sort of more and more moving into what we've had in movie industry for quite a few years now, and that is remakes upon remakes and just more episodes of the same, you know, add a bigger number at the end game? I think that's what's happening. Average dog shit is stretching, really. Chat with me, motherfucker. Yo, what's up, motherfucker? How about you chat first? Hello, Siri. How are you doing? How's Friday? Yeah, welcome to Twitch. I can't get my dashboard to show on my laptop. It has got some sort of a gray overlay on top. The only thing I can think of is that a plugin is malfunctioning, like 7TV or BTTV or something, and it's just not showing something. I can't get my dashboard to show. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Fuck it. Rah, hello, happy Friday, motherfuckers. What's happening? Thank you very much. And I hope your Friday is good as well. Welcome back. Factory builders. Satisfactory? Yeah. So this is, if I chat, I'll be about how stressful my factory is. What is the biggest problem? Is it still the coal? And I also must ask, why are you using such an archaic resource to power your factory? Last of Us Part 1 remake kind of was a bit early. Wait, is it out even? Okay. Water. Bottle of water is here. So hello. Once again. Now with a face. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good time zone. Thank you very much for being wholesome. For deviating. And therefore being a wholesome deviant. Welcome back to a little bit of alternative daycare with me, your host, Cree. Good to see you. For real. Appreciate for you being here. Even for a shorter stream. I hope we can have some fun together. I've got some videos lined up to watch. Gaming related. I think interesting on stream. Some stuff to discuss. And then, yeah, once again, a little bit of a heads up for those of you who might have just joined or didn't hear it yesterday. So I've got a small penis. No. It's normal. It's normal. It's a... I've got a small high school reunion thingy happening. Me and a couple of my best mates getting together. But it's chill. It sounds like that would be an absolute bombastic shit of a party, right? But it's actually not going to be. It is going to be quite down to earth. There's a couple of people in the group, myself included, who are very actively trying to cut down on drinking. And therefore, yeah, there's been a warning issued already in the messaging group about what are the permitted amounts and what is recommended, what is not recommended, but in a very friendly way. And I like that. It just means that me and my friends, I guess, are getting a little bit fucking smarter, and about time too. About time. So there we go. Yeah, so I think tomorrow I'm going to be all right. No massive hangovers or anything like that. It's going to be a bit of a travel since, well, I did lose my license earlier in the year this year. That's another one for this year and why it was shit. Lost my license too. So yeah, I'll have to use public transport, and it's probably going to take me about an hour and a half or so to get there. So yeah, I'll have to wrap up the stream in about 1 hour 40. It's a very, very, very short stream. Sorry. Agathor, hello there. Good day. Used to short. I mean, you are a tall guy though, Agathor, aren't you? If I remember correctly, right? Chris Catmans is just coming in to drop a lurk. Gonna sleep. These meds knocking me out. Alright, I mean, if they are doing that, then that probably means that you need to get some rest and let your body regenerate. Crazy Catman, we'll see you later. Thank you for your lurk. Siri says actually upgraded to fuel. That's exactly what I'm stressed about. Oh, that's basically the next resource to worry about, right? Love You Long Time's also a Satisfactory player. Do you still pick it up, or you've gotten everything you wanted from that game so far? The remake on PC is out since September. Oh, okay. Why did I think that we're still waiting for it? Okay, never mind, never mind. Very mild. Welcome back. How you been? If it's normal, show me the certificate of the cock inspection. That's the mandatory cock and balls inspection is only in Overwatch 2, okay? So Blizzard has all the data. Contact them. Agathor is 1 meter 93 centimeters. There you go. I thought I remembered correctly. You are a tall motherfucker. Almost 2 meters, which is what in the feet, in the American feet. Carls, yo, what's up? Welcome back. How are you today? And see you later tonight. Oh, this track's going a little bit too hard for my liking, to be honest. Right? Where is it? Can I, like, find it? Can I remove it from the playlist? Share. Remove from this playlist. There we go. I think it's done. Nice. Should be better. A little bit more chill. In the American units, Mr. Tallman Agathor is 6 fetuses and 4 somethings. Inches? I think so. Love a Long Time says, yeah, I still play Satisfactory, as there are considerable updates. So, I mean, I hope it's not too much to type. But I am genuinely curious from, for example, Lovey Long Time's perspective as a long-time Satisfactory gamer. So, you build so many factories, you've got a ton of conveyor belts, you've upgraded to the latest fuel, etc. What is there to add to get you back in the game? What can they add? What do they add? Because you would you start a new planet? Or you go back to an existing planet with a million conveyor belts and a huge system already set up and then add the new stuff? Like, how does that work in Satisfactory? Oh, see, Daniel, there you go. That's what I was asking. I'm interested in Last of Us on PC. Because that's the wonderful game device that I own. And that I'm streaming from right now. So, I'm not gonna get anything for a console, but once it comes out on PC, that's one of those games that, you know, it's such a huge and defining game, and absolutely apparently a masterpiece, but I've never played it, and I'm waiting for it to come out on PC. I don't even know what the story's about. I just know it's like a father and a daughter or something, or a random girl that he meets. Something like that. Post-apocalypse? Yeah, apocalypse. But, yeah, I'm glad that I haven't spoiled it for myself in any way. So I'm going to be happy to do my classic first playthrough in the title and answer questions to people in the chat coming in and saying, wait, is this really your first playthrough? I'm going to say, yes, it is. Siri says, Ace left his game open to automate resources while he's out, so I've snuck on the server to make a new factory. Oh, you're playing on one server? Gotcha. But wait a minute! Really? Is Satisfactory a game that you leave open to farm some more resources, so it can also be an idle game? What the fuck? Very mild, playing a lot of Cold War, waiting for Modern Warfare 2. When does it unlock today for the mere mortals who didn't pre-order? Daniel's the local chat petite. 4 feet and 2 somethings. I think it is inches, right? It's feet and inches. Basically measured in body parts. Feet and inches. Cosbeck says, I'm good going to my bro's kindergarten. Alright, I mean, I think you are going backwards in your education, but if you like it better than kindergarten, why not? Volson says you've probably seen this DMs on Twitter. Wait, what? You've probably seen this DMs on Twitter. I'm missing, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's part of a different conversation, but I'm just reading chat. Siri says drones. Drones what? In terms of the Last of Us 1 PC version, they haven't said anything about it. Apart from the fact that it's coming, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure that is coming out for PC. We just don't know a date yet. Earl, pleasure to see you. Welcome back. How are you? Father and a daughter relationship in a zombie apocalypse. That's all that I know. Yes, basically, you've described it perfectly in a way how I know the game and what I know about it. Which is excellent. I think that's all the information one needs. No more spoilers. So, with Factorio, There are multiple biomes with different resources. There's a challenge, and so much has been added in terms of mechanisms. I often play in a messy way when a new feature comes out. Then I replay that when I understand the resource and make a really pretty efficient enclosed factory. But do you start on regular new planets? Or is this game where you have like one huge planet with a never-ending factory that you keep expanding? So what is the gameplay loop of that game? Like in, you know, No Man's Sky, right? You have one character and you sort of go with that one. In this, do you build new ones all the time? There's trucks, trains, drones, all spread out your factory from isolated workspace to a sprawling set of factories. Okay, multi-factories even around. Redmount says campaign early access for COD was yesterday evening and multiplayer comes out next Friday. All right, yeah. I've seen already like the big creators post videos of the campaign. We're discussing that with Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for the short little introduction to the Call of Duty universe and what all of the names mean. Appreciate all the typing for real. Yeah. I was very interested in the campaign and some bits that I've seen from it in some clips that have been popping up yesterday on my YouTube feed already. It looks cool, but yeah, it's like $70 for the whole big game. I would want to only play the campaign. Warzone 2 is going to be free anyway. So, the campaign's under 6 hours. I don't think it's worth $70. Yeah, I think it is, unfortunately, for those who want to... Well, I say unfortunately, there's nothing unfortunate about it, but it's for those people who enjoy COD a lot and they'll play the campaign, enjoy it, and then they're going to keep grinding multiplayer and the other aspects of the game. At that point, $70 makes sense, but for me, I don't think so. Monkey farm resources, yes. Earl says, I also have played the first Descendant yesterday. Open closed beta is running until 26, and it's extremely mid. The first Descendant, by the way, I think I already have a video about it in the React on stream. Daniel has posted it. We played the first Descendant. Impressions after 24 hours of gameplay. It is 11-minute video though, really long. But what is the first Descendant? Can someone like summarize it for me in one sentence? Daniel says my friend with a 3060 Ti is struggling on medium. Wait a minute, which game are we talking about? Same with 3070. Earl also says ran around 40 FPS on medium. Wait, what? 40 FPS on medium on a 3070? What kind of a fucking game is that? Dude, for a second I was like, what the hell? Everyone's typing so much. I get it. Yes, I'll notice it. I do love copy pasta though. And Bunu, good morning to you too. Hello. If I miss someone in the chat and your very important message, blame the spammers. Side note, I love the spammers. I do like dumb spam. I enjoy it. For real. I understand that there are people who always want to have very sort of, what's the right word for it? Very sensible and constructive interactions on Twitch chat.
Nice.
Nice, Yodas, good morning. Thank you very much for the 69. But yeah, I do like dumb spam. Which is why I like not often, but like I enjoy Seagulls or Moon's chat, for example, because it's just stupid, funny spam happening all the time. This time, though, I think it's a description of the Factorio. I think so. Siri says, can I show off my factory in Discord? I mean, you can show off anything on Discord, and, you know, as long as it's, well, appropriate. One huge planet with multiple biomes is Factorio. You just start in a new, different biome. You learn so much over the experience. My first factories don't come close to what I do now. I mean, that makes sense in pretty much any game, especially in ones where you build a lot of stuff, right? Like in city builders and planners as well. First things like messy, and then you start learning the interactions between the separate parts and how to place them better, and you optimize and get some enjoyment out of it. Even RimWorld, right? The way you construct your base. So yeah, you just keep building new at this point, and you can also do stuff like create a wave of conveyor belts that creates a cool pattern, like a moving field of resources. Silly shit to do also. Alright. And it's a game that you can jump in at any point, because I do have it on my wish list for a reason. It has been mentioned a few times, and it does look fucking cool. Imagine Warframe plus Destiny combination with some Korean mummies sprinkled in. Wait, that's not going to be Factoria, is it? Oh, no, wait. That's the first Descendant. We're talking about, like, multiple games at the same time. Warframe plus Destiny with Korean mummies. Very strange concept. But I now understand, Earl, why you even went to the lengths of playing it in early access. Everything is explained. Korean mummies. That's what you wanted there. Fallout 3, yeah, Fallout 3 is free on Epic Games Store, by the way. If you want to get it, it's available for free on EGS. Also, code Creeviant. I checked yesterday, and finally it had unlocked, as in the update option, so I was able to update the EGS code Creeviant as well. If any of you use it still, it was Creechamp until now, but finally it's Creeviant too. So that part is done. On that note, I'm reminded... because I typed those two messages next to each other on Discord. I did speak to the artist yesterday, and yeah, I know this has been going forever, but anyway, I'd rather give you an update. I spoke to her yesterday. She apologized that there hasn't been anything this week, that she's been swamped with the IRL job, because she's a designer in an agency, if I understand correctly, and that she hasn't had time to get to the mascot yet, but she really will try over this weekend. So hopefully next week I have some more finalized versions, and I don't know, maybe something where I'm like, yeah, this is all I've wanted. I think this is perfect, and at that point I can show it to you as well. We'll see. Hopefully next week. It was supposed to be over this week, and since it was Friday, I sort of pinged her last night, and she apologized, which I said is fine. I'd rather have something that is good than rush just because. Carlsberg says, when are you about thinking to getting here to us? Carl's, I'm going to be finishing the stream in about an hour and a half, and that's when I leave. So that's going to be 5 p.m. my local time. So at your place, I'm going to be at yours around 7-ish p.m. Anyone wondering, what the hell are you talking about, Cree? Carl's is son of my best friend. So I'm going to be going to their place. Yeah, that's where the small mini reunion is happening. Wait a minute. Right, I got lost in chat. I scrolled back a little bit, and then chat got paused due to scrolling. Yes, the first Descendant performance. Alright, but that's early access, so badly optimized might be alright. Graphic options were generic quality presets, motion blur on-off, toggle, DLSS, FSR. That's all. Oh yeah, okay, that sounds ass. That doesn't sound great at all. Bolton says, Cree, show the stream meme I send you on Discord. It's important. Alright, I'll check it out in a moment. I need to catch up with the very important bit that is you, chat. There's a lot of typing today, and I like it. I enjoy that. Overwhelm me. Yes, Agathor, anyone else who missed it last night, I did finish Scorn. The VOD is not on YouTube. It is currently still on Twitch, but I finished Scorn, and I think it was great. For me personally, like, one thing that also marks a good game is that I was just lying in bed before sleep and just contemplating the game. Thinking about the environments and, like, thinking about what my character felt and how would it feel to be in their place in that environment. And not a lot of games do that. It's definitely not gonna be a game for everyone, for sure. It is very, very different in many ways, but I would call it a good game. It is a good game. You know, some small flaws, but very easily overlooked, just because it's a beautiful concept. I liked it. I really liked it. And it did have some laugh out loud moments as well, like, you know, blendering and juicing babies. And I know it sounds terrible out of context, but once you see it, I don't know, I had a laugh. Maybe that's a weird reaction to like what is supposed to be very gory stuff, but I thought it was funny. Necromancer Gage, welcome back. Says the what's it called? The First Descendant. It's more like Warframe and Outriders. Made by Nexon Studios, which is behind Counter-Strike Nexon. The fuck is Counter-Strike Nexon? Never even heard of it. Big Korean company. Alright, that explains the limited graphics options. I don't know why, but I feel like that's pretty much a staple. Like, they do games differently than in the West. And also about First Descendant. Friends sent a link to their site. I saw huge boobies and I was hooked instead. Dude, that's why I said when you explained that it has got Korean mummies, I was like, yeah, that's why Earl's playing it. That was instantly my first thought. Absolutely. Damn. It hasn't happened in a long time like this, where I scrolled back in chat a little bit and I just can't catch up. There you go. I finally did. Although I still feel like some things are out of context. Like Agathor says, no alcohol but hookers and blow. Wait, what? What are we talking about? Lennon says, would you play Scorn again? No. I don't think so. It's like one of those, and that doesn't mean it's a bad game. Like, for money-making perspective, maybe for companies that measure the engagement in the hours and how many stuffs we can sell, again, sure, it would be a bad game. But for me, it was a very good self-contained experience that I enjoyed. Would I replay it? No, because gameplay-wise, there is nothing more for me to discover. Story-wise as well, I have it in my mind, I've seen it. But then again, I'm a person that doesn't rewatch series, like, you know, TV series or movies. There's only one movie that I've rewatched multiple times, which is my favorite movie, but that's the exception. The rest of it is like, I've seen it, I've enjoyed it, I remember it. I have no need to, like, go through it again. Never say never, of course, but yeah, it was a great experience, but it's not like something that you need to replay. Completionists might need to re-log in and redo one section of the game where there was in one place there was a choice if they want to get all of the achievements, but that's basically it. Counter-Strike Nexon is a zombie-based Counter-Strike game endorsed by Valve. The fuck? I've never ever heard of it. I think Nexon, though, isn't Nexon the one that purchased Splash Damage? The developers of, well, Dirty Bomb is the game that I used to play. I think that had a Nexon logo on the loading screen. I think so. Linus is fair enough. I rewatch it all the time. Yeah, which is why I felt the need to add that comment, because I do realize that content consumption does differ. Like, I can give you an example, and I'm sure you'll be able to relate to someone in your life, and maybe it's you. You know, I listen to a lot of music. A lot. Off stream during my free time, sometimes I would spend like 4 or 5 hours crate digging, sort of digitally, but still crate digging, looking for new stuff. I've got a huge playlist that is set up with all kinds of automated rules, so stuff doesn't repeat too often. You know, a song that plays next time will play only in 2 weeks because there's many other songs that need to play. It's arranged by one factor that is making sure that the least often played music is is now played more often. Basically, it tries to balance the playtime of all of the tracks. So when a new track gets added to the library, it gets a little bit more rotation before it sort of fades into the rest of the tracks. That's how I listen to music. And then there's my girlfriend, who can listen to one song for 5 days in a row on repeat. I don't judge it. It's just, yeah, we consume content differently. I found a new song very recently from TikTok, actually, out of all places. I was like, damn, I like that background music. What is it? Found the song and everything. Showed it to my girlfriend. She's like, yeah, I've listened to it about 100 times already. Oh. So, yeah, I can imagine that there's people also the same with TV series or movies, right? Where they do check out new stuff, but they also don't mind, like, rewatching something old about 75 times. Yes, Nexon was... Oh, maybe it was their publisher, but then eventually Splash Damage left Nexon. I remember there was like... It was like blue and yellow in their logo, something like that. But then I think Splash Damage got purchased by that Chinese chicken company, and I'm not even joking. Some sort of a chicken farm company, some shit like that. It was pretty crazy. Brimald says, what software lets you do that? iTunes. So, smart playlists on iTunes where you can add multiple rules and configure, and then basically you've got a living and breathing playlist that updates and changes itself depending on what you listen to. It's really, really cool. Which is why I wouldn't switch iTunes for anything else at the moment. Nothing has offered me that, and at the end of the day, I don't need to. I'm using Apple Music as well for a lot of my discovery, and I like the access to the infinite catalog. Agathos says, the only time I listen to songs on repeat is when I'm learning the song on the guitar. Yeah, I mean, that makes absolute sense, right? Then there's a practical reason. But, and I'm not judging. I'm just, it's just really interesting to me that, like, my GF could, like, put the song on repeat. They discover a new song, put it on repeat. One song, put the headphones in, and walk to work and spend the day listening to that one song. I would go crazy. I would be like, please, I want to hear something else. But for a different person, it's just loads of enjoyment. It's very interesting. Agathos says, I can't do that. Yes, I mean, I could. Sure, if it was some sort of a challenge or something where I get something out of it in the end, sure. But, like, normally, yeah, I couldn't do that. iTunes, yeah, bruv. It's iTunes, mate. That's what I'm using. Walden says Amnesia with graphics and Outlast with speed mode were the highlights of this October. What? Oh, for you? Amnesia graphics mod. Interesting. And yes, I remember you talking about the Outlast speed mode, I think, on Discord. You did mention that. Yeah, Lyndon is the same. Listens to a song on repeat for an entire day. I have a playlist that I've worn out so much I know what song will play next and even hear the song playing even if I listen to the songs out of order. That is crazy. Yeah. Great. I mean, I enjoy that. I think it's great that we enjoy content differently and that we have our differences. I think those kind of differences should be celebrated. It's amazing. It makes me laugh because, yeah, it's just so strange and interesting. It's Fire. Good morning. Hello. Welcome back. How are you? Amnesia graphics mod is fucking amazing. I can't believe the game's that old with that atmosphere. I did like the Amnesia games. I'd never played the latest one, but the previous ones, I liked them. I don't know. It was an interesting universe to be in. I played all of them, so there's like big graphic overhauls, yeah? Let me check something. Oh yeah, Carl's, you asked how am I getting to your place? I think I'm just gonna take the bus. So I'll have to go to the store. And then I'll take a bus, which takes me about an hour and a half. And then just walk the last kilometer. Good for my health. Agathos is talking of enjoying content. A viewer once told me, oh, sometimes I'm jacking off to porn when you're stuck on the level. What? When you're... Whoa. That is such a confusing thing. I would understand if they would be like, Agathor, I'm so attracted to you that I just jack off to your streams. And I would agree with you in that sense as well, that fair enough, buddy, but I didn't need to know that. The same as here, right? You know, female streamers, male streamers, whatever streamers. Like, it's all right to be attracted, or even if you want to jerk off. I mean, I can't judge anyone and control anyone and shouldn't control anyone and what they're doing in their house. But it's not something that should be, like, then thrown in their face or something that they should tell, you know, tell the streamers. But when you're stuck on a Kaiser hack level, that is so weird. And then Agathos says, every time I see them in the chat, I'm like, are they doing that right now? Yeah, that is big weird champ. Like, big weird champ. Unnecessary piece of information. Exactly. I mean, I would go even further than that, though. It's not unnecessary. It's sort of rude. You're essentially, yeah, just pushing on your sexuality and what you think of that person. It's like, yeah, walking up to someone and just starting to describe how you would want to fuck them, etc. There's nothing wrong with thinking that. But when you actually introduce that to the other person and start basically, you know, mind dumping on them about what you want to do to them, then I think that is absolutely not okay. Okay. What is the meme that Voltson sent me? Dude. I actually tweeted that. Well, not a few days ago. I think it was last week or something. It's the Torb thing where about the mandatory cock and ball inspection, which is why I said earlier this stream that the only cock inspection that I'm getting is an Overwatch 2. So yeah, that's the meme. I've seen it. Chat has seen it as well. Series Factory and Factorio. There you go. I don't know what I'm looking at. But, it's a factory. Yes. Oh, wait, those are conveyor belts in the middle. Also, this track also goes way too hard. Remove from playlist. It's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. There you go. That's better. Agatha says, I think they get bored watching the level taking forever, so they put on porn and mute the stream. Yeah, sure, but like, why keep the stream open still? Honestly, I sort of feel sad for that person. That means that they're absolutely already fucked by the modern media consumption, right? They have, like, they are staring at porn, jerking off, while probably with one eye now and then checking if you beat the level. It's like, it's insane. They are actually a troubled person. They just can't anymore. They can't let go. They need to be part of everything. And then also their physical needs are calling. Poor guy or girl for that matter. Very Mild says Gunfire Reborn comes out on Xbox next week. Looking forward to playing that. Dude, it's a great game. I hope you will have a lot of fun. And you know what? In some ways, you're going to enjoy it even more than me because I've been playing it for quite a while since early access. So I've always, like, play the new content and then there's nothing new for a few weeks, then they release some new content. You're gonna get the whole package with all of the weapons, all of the new upgrades, all of the heroes and everything. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's very good. Hooking up the power series is to see if it actually works. Oh, so this has been built but it's not functional yet? Uh-huh. Volson says, I have Genshin to do that. Exactly. Genshin fulfills all of your needs. Entertainment, sexuality, purpose in life, right? Genshin's everything. Linus says, I'm sure when you get off, whatever is going on in your environment is imprinted in your brain during that chemical release. So last thing I want to do is jerk off enough to create a voice and then get a boner every time he talks. Oh, or even worse, every time you see fucking Mario, you're like, sex. But Lyndon's right. You can condition oneself in like having sexual feelings or at least arousal towards certain things. Yes. In the moment of climax, if you focus on certain things and certain thing constantly, you most certainly can imprint that on your brain. Lyndon's absolutely right. Yeah. It's part of how our sexualities develop. It's just that we have so much outer stuff that can influence us that sometimes things can go a little bit weird. The Pregario emote? Wait, Moonmoon removed it? Yeah, the Pregario emote's great. Siri about Factoria says me and Ace made a small version with 4 generators to see if it works. That image has 12 generators. Now just need to start the power and it should start powering itself. Okay, here's, I don't know if it's an easy or difficult question for you, I love you a long time, or anyone else who plays Factoria. What is the goal? Like, what is the ultimate goal? Right? I'm trying to, like, imagine, like, a city builder, usually there's either a mission, certain population you need to achieve, because in theory also city builders you could play forever, but at some point, yeah, you've populated the map, the city functions. What is the point of expanding? So what is the point of expanding your factory? Like, where do you get? Are there achievements that you need to get? I mean, I see on this screen there is an objective. Achieve 2,500 something, 500 of some sort of ribs, and 100 companion cubes from Portal. That's what you need to do there, but what else is there? Automate everything. Deposit certain materials to unlock more stuff to factory more. Okay, alright. And like those, I'm guessing those targets have been cleverly set so that you can't reach those targets with the most basic method, so you are forced to upgrade and figure out ways of increasing output of your factory. I think so. It's a factory game, literally just farm, okay? Right, you know what? Let's go back to Korean mummies a little bit. So, you're talking about the first descendant. So I don't know what it is. You've just described it to me in the chat a few times. But it's early access. First 24 hours of gameplay review right here.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Arix here, and today I want to talk about my hands-on time with The First Descendant. I recently had a chance to go hands-on with an early build of the game. As is always the case, whenever I get to play these early, this is of course a work-in-progress build. Things are still subject to change, there will be balancing changes, performance changes, all that stuff, so this is definitely not a final build. And while I had a chance to play for quite a few hours, I of course did not get to experience the whole game, so I don't know what the end game of this game looks like. I don't necessarily know how
strange
much
movement
it's going to be. I haven't got any gauge on the overall scope of the game, but today I can at least talk about how
so
it feels
much faster than Destiny.
I got to experience and some of the systems that are in place in this game. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below. Let me know.
So
if you
it
guys
is
have
kind of
any
like
questions.
Destiny in terms of like you going around mobbing. It's live service, right?
More from this game outside of my impressions video, then do keep it locked on the channel. Also, for the purpose of this video is in ultra wide because that's what I was playing in, but we will also have some regular resolution gameplay coming your way as well. So, to begin with, in case you guys have not been following, what is The First Descendant? Well, this is a game that was originally revealed as Project Magnum, now called The First Descendant.
Magnum dong.
A free third-person cooperative action RPG shooter with, of course, lots of loot thrown in and 4-player co-op. Of course, if you guys have played games like this before.
Third person? I mean, yeah, I guess it's my fault for making everyone believe throughout many years that I hate third person. I don't necessarily hate it, I just have seen very few good implementations of it. A lot of the times I just don't see the point of it, especially when your character is sometimes covering what you're trying to actually look at. But I can live with it, let's put it that way, if it's okay. Depends what happens with the camera. Yeah, he mentioned Outriders. For example, the Outriders third-person camera was super duper annoying close to like walls and other surfaces. It really depends how you implement it.
necessarily a thing that people want to be compared to, but generally speaking, we are talking about things in the third-person looter shooter.
Bunny
So
has
while, of
nice
course, one of my
ass.
titles
Which
in the
one's
looter
Bunny?
shooter space is Destiny. Generally speaking, given the third-person nature, I won't make as many comparisons to that. But logically speaking, you guys know what to expect. You go out into the world, shoot some bad guys, get some loot, upgrade your gear, shoot more bad guys, repeat the cycle. It's kind of how these games go. Also, this game has a grappling hook, and I've said time and time again, your boy loves grappling hooks, and grappling is hella satisfying. But let's talk about some of the gameplay systems. I will say there are some things in this game that I really enjoyed. However, there are some things that I didn't enjoy so much, and some things that I do hope they change, or sort of concerns for the future. So I will touch on both the positives and the negatives.
Descendants are like frames in Warframe. Oh, so they do have like frames that you sort of get into?
These games, it's all about how does it feel. The game has a variety of different classes to choose from. I don't know how many classes there will be in the full game, and given the nature in which you obtain these, it's kind of almost sort of somewhat comparable to like Warframe, where in order to get
Bunny's coming up.
New characters, new sort of classes, you actually need to gather some
Bunny looked like ninja.
resources, gather some materials, and then basically research them in order to unlock them for later use. So in that regard, Warframe is definitely an obvious comparison point. And of course, this could therefore be how maybe later on they expand the game, because again, this is going to be a free-to-play game, but I do not know what the monetization model is.
Probably
grindy. I didn't get a chance
grindy.
to experience that or see that really in-game. There are, of course, various different currency sources.
What the hell's happening with her belt?
At this stage, I don't really have any clarity on how or what you will be paying for. But there are, of course, lots of classes that you can unlock and research.
Yeah, it's most likely going to be grindy,
It'll
it
be
says.
sort of worked into that aspect of the game, or maybe it's something else entirely. It could just be cosmetic skins. Honestly, I don't know. But moment-to-moment gameplay feels really fun. And that was one of the initial things that I really sort of clicked with, because conversely, a while ago, I of course played Outriders, and Outriders is a game that personally I didn't really gel with. I know some people really enjoy it, and that's completely fine. For me, it didn't really click because when I played Outriders, the moment-to-moment gameplay in that one just didn't feel that great. I didn't really get much feedback from a lot of the combat, so when I was using abilities and guns, it didn't really feel that great to me, and for that reason I had a huge disconnect with the game, so I didn't really play it. But this one actually does feel nice. When you look at the classes, they have a range of skills available. You have sort of 4 different skills which you can cycle between, and you also have a passive skill, and one of these skills is kind of like an ultimate ability. So they recharge pretty fast.
Classic,
you use them relatively frequently, so it is definitely designed as sort of a game where
shield
you are,
for my brothers.
shooting regularly, but also regularly using your abilities. And of course, throughout the classes, there are various different styles. There's more defensive ones that definitely offer more support to your team. There are more sort of offensive ones. There was even one class that had some sort of healing elements to them. Obviously, in this gameplay, I kind of stuck with a few, but there are definitely a lot to choose.
Without what I assume to be the premium currency, a Descendant research takes 8 hours. Oh, that's like Warframe frame, yeah?
That we were playing, but you unlock the abilities pretty quickly, which in
So I
and
have
of
to
itself is
play
good
for 8
because
hours to
you
unlock
have
another
things to
character.
use. But once you got to the point where you had unlocked those abilities, there didn't appear to be any new abilities to unlock after that point. What you would do is if you continue to level up, you would unlock a higher version, like a higher upgraded version of your primary ability, but that is one of those things that early on can sometimes get a little bit boring or sort of lackluster, because of course if you unlock...
When is this supposed to come out? Like, how early access is this?
Your 4 or 5 abilities that you'll have for the rest of the game in the first hour or 2, then after that point, when you're playing for the next 10, 20, 30, 50, maybe 100 hours, you don't really get to unlock much more. Of course, this is
2023 is about to release. Oh, okay, we don't even have a release date yet, so this is actually quite a few months.
Point of view, there didn't appear to be that much discovery beyond the sort
Beta
of
is only from 20th
again,
until
this
end
could
of
just be one of
October.
those things that I have yet to see. Keep in mind, it is quite difficult when you jump into these hands-on builds. You only get to experience a portion of the game, so it's hard to sort of make these definitive statements when I simply just don't know. But when you are exploring your way around the world, of course, the world itself does look quite nice. The maps are not huge. They are sort of these zones that you will load into. There are different biomes, so they do visually look quite different. And of course, the ability to grapple onto almost anything is really nice because, of course,
My cat's eating the headphone cable.
you
Yes,
zip your
you
way
better
around,
slap
you can
him.
zip into
No,
enemies, different things like
bad.
That is really fun. And again, visually, the game looks very, very nice. Lots of cool particle effects, lots of nice things in motion. It is a very stunning looking game. And again, as mentioned, given the sort of loot component, you will be cycling through different weapons. The weapons themselves...
But yeah, a couple of people in the chat mentioned, right, that it ran really, really badly. Ran like ass. 3070 only getting 40 frames is, yeah, that's criminal. And you know what? Honestly, it looks more like Outriders to me in terms of like the menus and the weapons.
Are really cool, and of course once you get to some of the later game parts, you do get some visually quite distinctive weapons. There's also some really cool weapons. You have things like machine guns, rocket launchers, snipers, DMRs, assault rifles, shotguns, SMGs, lots of things to choose from, so weapon variety was definitely there. When it came to the wider gear stuff, I will say, again, from what I got to experience, there was a component where you have lots of runes that you can basically slot into your gear, and effectively the runes will synergize with different types of weapons. Now this in and of itself is quite cool because it allows you to build around a particular playstyle, build around sort of a, a build, so to speak. What I will say is my only one gripe with these kinds of games, when you get a lot of these things you can equip.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, that just shows that it's really early access. They haven't even like worked on the graphics options.
That to me is something that personally I don't enjoy as much. Like I completely get not everything needs to
because
change.
yeah, like depending on what engine it runs on, yeah, you can modify all of those options via any files. At the end of the day, UI does that for you just from a more comfortable standpoint. So they just need to design the UI around it and decide what they want to give you access to, right?
But
what doesn't break the game.
When I changed weapons, obviously that changed the way it looks, but my character remained the same, and then I basically spent the rest of my time slotting in runes or different artifacts or different things to go into slots, which will change my stats, but had no impact on the way that I looked. I don't know whether there is a way later on to, get different costumes or things like that, and of course maybe that's something they'll factor
I do like damage numbers.
But when I do spend
seeing those makes me go,
grinding for gear
nice.
and runes, a lot of which don't change the way that my character looks. That for me personally was a bit of a letdown. I really like it in games like these where you have things like chest pieces, pauldrons, gloves, legs, stuff like that, so that when you actually equip them, you do find that your gear is changing the way you look. But again, that could be a personal preference. However, outside of that, what I will say is when it comes to one of the things that I didn't enjoy as much, that was just down to the overall mission variety. Now keep in mind, in these kinds of games, it's fair to say that it's expected that you do the same thing quite a lot of the time.
Yep.
I mean, it is a looter-shooter.
Make sense.
You shoot enemies, you loot them, you repeat the cycle. So I'm not necessarily looking for crazy set pieces or ridiculously different missions every single time I go out. But what I will say is, in this game, or at least in the time that I had playing, there was a very slim mission variety, to the point where I literally, for the most part, went out, activated a beacon, went and shot some enemies, activated another beacon, defended a
that's
point,
not good.
shot more enemies, activated another beacon, shot more enemies. It definitely got to the point where while the game was fun to play and the moment-to-moment gameplay felt really satisfying, the actual engagement with the enemies, the actual activities we got to take part in, definitely got boring quite quickly. Now again, that is a personal preference. Some people really enjoy doing the same thing over and over again, and that's completely fine. Like ultimately, if you play...
I mean, I do enjoy that as well. For example, if I think about Borderlands, right? But the environments are very different. There are so many missions to do. And I know it's not the best comparison because Borderlands was never a live service game. They were exactly built like, say, Outriders or Destiny. But still, like, there can be repetitiveness. But if the environments around you and the things that you're chasing are different enough, it's still fun.
Play these games for a long time.
But if you've got just one mission or two missions that you do over and over again with the same enemies, yeah, that can get very boring.
Doing 100 wave defenses, that's completely cool. For me personally though, I definitely got to the point where after playing for say 5-6 hours, I was definitely starting to feel a little bit tired of some of those activities. However, with that being said, that's not the only thing in the game. The game does also have an interesting sort of boss mode as well, where you load into this sort of almost like VR scenario, this sort of strange world, so to speak, and this boss spawns in, and you then
boss on high heels. What the hell?
Are definitely one of these sort of standout features in this game.
Big mummy.
Many, and some of them were reskins of an earlier boss. But when you do fight these bosses, they do actually have mechanics. They'll have sort of almost wipe mechanics in some of them. They'll have things you'll need to sort of watch out for. They even have a sort of clamber mechanic where you can actually get on the side, shoot off some weak points, and then clamber onto them and sort of attack a.
Oh, are those the Korean mummies?
So that was actually really, really cool. So
is that what Earl was talking about?
And they are definitely more of a spectacle. I will say, from my time playing, what would have been cool is to actually see these bosses in the world. And again, maybe that is something that does happen, but I just didn't get to experience it. But I just think it would be super cool if you're just wandering around the world doing some missions and then suddenly you find this giant boss just like in the middle of the field and you're like, oh,
that and some of the characters you see in the story. Okay,
that could be awesome. But the boss mode itself definitely was awesome, and some of them were super challenging. There were a few that we were actually not able to defeat just because we got completely and utterly wiped. So there definitely is an
Pyromaniac, hello.
But again, I would personally like to see a bit more mission variety and a few more things to do. But again, that could be one of those things where sometimes in these types of games, you play through the sort of quote-unquote story, and you play through the campaign, and once you get to the end and the sort of end game stuff opens up, then you really sort of get a feel for what else there is available in the game. So it could just be that I simply haven't experienced it yet. Again, I only got to play for a short period of time, and we only had access to a few different things. We started off with a brand new character, and later on we were able to jump in with a boosted character at a sort of higher level, but again, I haven't got to experience what the game has to offer at the end, so it could just be that I simply haven't seen it yet. And I have, of course, spoken to different people that have been playing this as well. Some people have been really enjoying it, because, of course, they are, like that sort of format. Other people have definitely found things quite similar to us, so you guys are going to definitely have to make your mind up on that regard.
Interesting. And it's going to be free to play as well, right? So, if I ever want to try it out, it's going to be very easy to try it out. Yeah, free to play. All right. Okay. God of War Ragnarok first impressions are coming out for PlayStation 5. Oh, it's already that close. Cool. But it's PlayStation 5 only, right? New Tales from the Borderlands out today. Yes, later today. I think Bunu posted a Twitter or Discord if you want to check when it's coming out. It's in the Borderlands room. Yeah, it's still there. But London, UK, it is. It should be out today. I think so. Because it looks like it was 5 in the morning. I think so. Today already. Oh, so it should be out. I think it should be out. Feisty Flowers? Wait, really? This track? Oh, possibly, yeah. Sen, hello there, noob. No beers today, right? You had your beers yesterday. The Friday beers were consumed yesterday. Oh, no. Friday with no Friday beers and just coffee. Just coffee. Boom, 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 boom. Census don't know yet. All right, all right. I'll have some Friday beers today for sure. For sure. For shizzle. Okay. What else we had to have a look at? There's a Dead Space preview. I don't think I'm gonna watch all of it, but I want to see a little bit more gameplay. Because I'm like not 100% on it. I want to understand a little bit more. I want to see some reviews. Then there's the new Eclipse launch trailer for Apex, right? First, we're going to start with Daily Dose of Internet.
Hello, everyone. This is your...
Yeah, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. And then we have also, I think, I have not seen a video anywhere, but apparently the new... Overwatch 2 Halloween PvE event has been announced and shown. I don't know if it's been shown at all, or people are just going to speculate what's in there. But I want to have a look at that too. Alright, so we're going to do it this way. So there you go. I've got my content arranged. They actually changed the Catalyst's abilities too, so they were different from the leaks a few months ago. Is the Psychonauts? I don't know, exclamation mark song. Possibly. The Meat Circus! Is Meat Circus from Psychonauts? It is, yeah. Sounds good. I like it. Meat Circus. It's coincidentally what I call it. Like the name Resident Evil was obvious as one would think. First game takes place in a mansion. Its residents are evil. Makes sense. Yeah. The residents are evil. Yeah, there's a Resident Evil remake as well. Some sort of, but one of the older ones, right? With the weird camera angles and all. Yeah, the RE4 remake. Yeah, I think I've seen it everywhere on Twitter. Okay. Dodoy! Wait, what the hell? It started playing a video from a tab behind, not here. Yeah. Man, this Windows autoplay thing, play pause thing is absolute weird garbage. Like, how's it playing the video that's here in this tab when I've got this active on my screen?
Your daily dose of internet. Someone found this tiny cloud with a rainbow pouring out of it.
Nice. He's shitting a rainbow.
Among Us! Among Us!
This company thought it would be a good idea to put a slide in their office.
What with this thing in front? I mean, they need somewhere to land. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. That's a little bit better.
Am I walking you or you walking me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
walking you, okay.
For the longest time, these people couldn't figure out where their cat was.
Yeah, I saw this on TikTok. Let me just scooch up here. Boom, cat gone.
No. Oh, no. Winston, no.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Dog, why?
This barber wanted
Q-tips.
to see how his clients would react if he randomly gave them a kiss.
The fuck? There's no way. They must have a good relationship or something, because you could literally, depending on the country, you could sue them for sexual harassment and shit. Toot-toot-oo it is! Who is toot-tooting?
Julian just subscribed.
Yotis!
Yotis34 gifted
Thank you very
a tier
much.
1 sub to Julian.
Jillen, DJ Allen. Yeah, that's someone who checked out the stream, I think, from the Latvian website that my stream is featured in. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, and hope DJ Allen comes back at some point, enjoys the sub a little bit, at least. Yotis, thank you for the gifted. Thank you. He looks like a game character running. What the hell? Ski boots. Flippers? Yeah, slower. No way. How is he running so fast in high heels? They are decently high as well. But the heel is quite...
I had no idea swans were this affectionate with each other.
They are. I think they stayed together for the whole life as well, don't they?
The Wii is so much simpler than it looks. The sensor bar is just 2 infrared lights that the remote uses to figure out where the TV is. That means you can actually replace this with 2 candles.
What? No way.
Some cities in Finland are starting to use underground waste disposal systems. When you throw garbage down the chute, a strong air current moves it to a designated waste facility.
Whoa, no way. That's so cool. I mean, I can see how that is very, very difficult to implement in, like, existing cities where the underground is already congested with all kinds of pipes and cables. But this is so cool. No garbage trucks needed or anything.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Later. Thank you, Didoy. That was good. The fuck is this picture? Your brain while playing Overwatch 2. Those faces. They also get really depressed when one of them dies. What? Oh, swans. Yeah. It's interesting that we sort of think about those kind of emotions more as human-like, but animals have them too. Right, Apex, new legend. I don't play Apex anymore, but I don't know. I just like their cinematics, and I like watching their trailers.
When you're done taking in the sights, we can use a bloody hand over here.
A bloody hand! Are there map updates as well for this season? What the hell is that? Wait, you can create like a shield in the sky that maybe stops like rockets falling down? Whoever's ult is that. Brand new map entirely. Oh, finally. Oh, shit. CC. That's gonna feel bad. I don't think anyone's gonna love CC being CC'd.
It seems fate has finally brought us together.
Yeah. Seer. That's the Seer, yeah?
We spent years building this place. And you've ruined it.
I can explain.
I have no interest in your excuses.
Yeah, I like the strut. Whoa, okay, and then a wall.
What is this anomaly? What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Slows you down? Probably. Higgy! Hello! Good Friday.
This wasn't fate. This was the future you made.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, the abilities look cool. The only thing I can think of as an Overwatch player, though, but, like, CC is not fun ever to play against. So, being stuck in that black goo, if you are really slowed down massively to a point where you're sitting duck for someone to just delete you, that's gonna feel bad. I'm pretty sure I watched the Sears launch trailer. Yeah, it was just some time ago, yeah. Yoda says, I love watching people that are good at Apex and Fortnite, even though I truly despise playing the game. Fortnite, I don't enjoy it that much. Apex, I do. I do like seeing some people pull off awesome shots and good strategies. That's true. What is the notification? Response. Right. A little bit of Dead Space. Preview, not review.
When I think of the first Dead Space, I picture voiceless engineer Isaac Clarke creeping through the Ishimura,
Poor Isaac Clarke.
accompanied only by the groans of iron and gurgles of reanimated corpses, his face always obscured by the 3 glowing green bars on his helmet, and his only human company coming from warnings finger-painted onto the walls in blood. My memory is such garbage. I recently played the first few chapters of the upcoming Dead Space remake, and as Isaac arrived on the Ishimura, helmet off, standing among the crew of an emergency repair ship, I wondered why Motive Studio would so brazenly defy the lonely mood of the original. My first hint that I was the one that was wrong came whilst talking to another player about the gross eyeball scene we'd both been bracing for. He realized before me that the scene we were thinking of happened in Dead Space 2. A sign of things to come.
Wait, so this has got a mix between the original and Dead Space 2? In the remake? In the remake, he talks, and the DS1 is silent, yeah.
In the original Dead Space, but the impression of solitude it left on me was way off. Isaac's got a girlfriend. His crewmates and others bug him with video calls, and even the dead talk to him through recorded audio logs that they carelessly left scattered throughout the ship's facilities. I'd forgotten how big of a buzzword environmental storytelling was back in 2008. BioShock and Fallout 3 were full of audio diaries and Pompeii-style corpse poses too. The alien carving that comprises the combat is most memorably done with the plasma cutter, a tool which shoots vertical or horizontal lines that sever the fang-like limbs of necromorphs.
Oh, you even have to switch modes from horizontal to vertical. That's kind of cool. Necromorphs. But man, this third person is kind of already annoying me. It's like, you know, we just watched the fuck, that game has got such a weird name, I can't remember it. But anyway, the one with Korean mummies, right? There, the third person was like further away, so your character didn't block that much. Here, the moment you aim your gun, your character takes about a quarter of your screen, and then the gun also is super close to whatever's in the center of the screen that you want to shoot at, so it's so easy to cover the target. This kind of looks ass at the moment from a third-person perspective. You can probably change the FOV, hopefully, yeah. Like, zoom out a little bit, at least. I mean, this is the preview copy that they were giving, so I wouldn't be surprised that this is on console.
Another one of those things.
God, maybe the command computer has something.
In the late 2000s, limb-severing technology was still pretty hot. Dead Space was more or less the answer to the question, why not make a whole game out of Ravenholm from Half-Life 2? As well as obviously infamously being Resident Evil 4 in space. It smartly made the normal guns backup weapons, and the main gun the cool, unconventional one that slices off limbs. The plasma cutter is as much fun in the remake as it was in the original. The only big difference is that the rotten skin of necromorphs is now shiny and peels away to reveal pink muscle. Graphics are the only area where my false memory aligns with the new Dead Space. It looks like how I remember Dead Space looking 14 years ago, even though it couldn't possibly have looked nearly as complex, gross, foggy, or realistically lit.
Those fucking blades, though.
Memories were Isaac's techno-magical powers. Dead Space has more parallels with Bioshock than I recalled. The telekinesis ability has a lot more of a focus on chucking spear-shaped debris at necromorphs that's taken from Dead Space 2. You can pin them to the walls like the nail gun in Fear. The kinesis and stasis abilities are a lot more artificial feeling than I remember in Puzzles, which is a sad holdover from the original game. The remake appears to leave the important physics puzzles roughly as is, but it adds one interesting elaboration. Some rooms contain fuse boxes that allow you to power up systems so long as you're willing to power other systems down. You can turn on an elevator at the expense of turning off the lights, for example. I'm told that later in the game you'll have to depressurize areas of the Ishimura or turn off the gravity, which could have really fun consequences.
Compromises. Yeah, so this is on my list to check out, but like I'm not sure yet, which is why I really wanted to watch this video. There are certainly some things I like about this. But yeah, the third person being so close, the back to your screen and the weapon covering so much of the center of the screen.
In the zero-G sections of the original Dead Space, you were stuck on the ship with magnetic boots, and you could only leap from surface to surface. In the remake, you can fly around like you can in the second game. And it's fun to track leaping necromorphs.
Oh, so they've added some mechanics from the second game, not like content-wise.
Explore this version of the Ishimura from front to back, which can all be done without any loading. We're not sure yet if it's a semi-open world kind of deal, but the developers have described it as one shot, another thing borrowed from the second game, which did the one-take gimmick years before the likes of God of War.
Oh, a baby! There you go, there's babies in this one as well. You stomp them.
Unlike the original or the sequel, however, you won't be entirely safe when you return to areas you've already explored. Throughout the remake, an intensity AI will mix surprise necromorph attacks in with pre-scripted ones, and otherwise try to spook you by messing with lights and sounds. It's not like Left 4 Dead, where zombies emerge from doorways like bees from a hive. I never went, this is the AI at work. So it feels like a subtle addition. The same goes for the decision to put Isaac's voice actor, Gunnar Wright, back to work. This is yet another thing the remake has nabbed from Dead Space 2. So it's not like the spirit of the series has been violated, and motive has shown restraint, and Isaac only speaks when spoken to. The unfinished remake build I played had
nice. So he's not like constantly narrating what he's doing.
Action that turned me into a no-clip ghost, but EA said these bugs were accounted for and wouldn't make it into the final release. If that is the case, then the new Dead Space will be a lot like the old one, except with modern graphics, a far more detailed Ishimura, and many of the gameplay improvements and other changes lifted from Dead Space 2.
Engine and damage the valves to hell and back. We just wasted an hour fixing them. Now we need to restart the south refueling station, but some jackass turned off the power and locked up the circuit breaker. No engine, we're gonna hit planetfall soon. What now? There's gotta be someone around here who had a spare access card. Ghost. We can hear that. Davers, go!
You know, might try this. Let's see. When is it out? Oh, it's only next year? All right. Why did I think that it was sooner than that?
Isaac.
Really, next year only?
Daniels?
Fuck. Why did I think that it's like
Cut to the bridge.
super close already to the release?
I barricaded myself in the computer core. I can hear them, but I don't think they know
Like,
I'm here. Isaac,
this kind of horror that's more shooty, I'm all for.
privileges. Maybe I can help.
There are some new puzzles and new surprise scares from the Intensity AI, but nothing that
This year
drastically
only has got
alters
2
the
months left.
original
True.
sorts of
No,
events.
I don't know why I thought that it might be coming out next week or some shit. Never mind. It's not.
I struggle to think of a better way to remake a recent classic like Dead Space. I also wonder if $60 will be a hard sell for a rebuilt 2008 horror game, but the Resident Evil 2 remake seemed to be popular, so maybe the time is right to bring back the landmarks in the survival horror genre.
Alright, cool. I get it now. That is good. It is only 2 months. November, December, that's it. Fucking hell. Scary. Scary, scary, scary. Okay. Other news. There are some Overwatch news. The huge nerfs thing, it is a leak. I saw some of you also discuss it a lot in detail on our Overwatch section of our Discord. The thing is, though, it has to be taken with a pinch of salt. It is a leak. We don't know if that is going to come out exactly that way, the patch. Are we going to have anything for Sojourn or not? Are the numbers actually going to be the same? Is Sombra really going to get a nerf in damage from 40 down to 25 or not? We'll have to see. But yes, what am I talking about? The first balancing patch of Overwatch. It is a leak, though.
What's going on, guys? It's Frito here for your Overwatch. Yiska, the renowned journalist, posted the patch notes that are going to be coming out for October 24th to GG Recon.
So it is 24th. Okay, so it'll be on Monday already.
Yiska's never been wrong before. Well, perhaps with some feedback, Blizzard...
Oh, what the hell? That's insane of a track record for journalists, right? To, you know, with leaks, to not be wrong before.
May not put the patch through in its entirety as it's posted here, but I would suspect that it would. In the article, there's a little bit more political talk about it. Is this a good thing to do right before the playoffs? I'm not going to get any of that. Instead, let's take a look at how the game is going to be changing. Change number 1, Sombra hack ability lockout duration has been reduced from 1.75 to 1.5 seconds.
Good.
Hacked enemies are no longer valid targets for hacking for the duration of the effect, so that means you can't chain
Re-hack?
You'll have
Yeah.
to give them a
Really
chance
annoying.
to fight back for a moment and do the full
It was.
animation
So
during a small window.
this sounds like a real change, though, I must say, even though this is a leak. Probably too early to say, but if you like the remake, would you play the second one? I doubt it, but it is very, very early to say. Yeah, I have no idea. You never say never, but I highly doubt it.
Maybe even block the line of sight of it, like Sigma putting up his shield, for example. That offers a lot more interactions for especially tanks, I'd say. But the big nerf is the hacked damage multiplier has been reduced from 40 to 25%. Now, I'm going to guess that Sombra will still feel like she can hack and spray down a squishy target like Zenyatta, for example. But against targets with smaller, more slender hitboxes, maybe she'll start to struggle.
Like
and
Mercy,
especially
yeah.
up against tanks, this is a massive breakpoint changer. There's a lot of tanks that were hard getting gate kept by Sombra, and now you're going to feel like you also will need a Zenyatta Discord orb, I think, in order to burst them down quickly with the disable. Even with all these nerfs, though,
I know what that means in lower ranks. Basically, Sombra, hello, I'll play Sombra. Sombra, not for everybody, but for a lot of players, is going to be a shit pick again, because a lot of people who don't know how to team play and just want to solo play, yeah, that 40% damage boost was just great for them. They would just spray shit down, you know, over and over. Now you'll have to play with the team a little bit. You're not going to be such a solo assassin. In higher ranks, I think it's going to be better.
Actions for the game, a lot of important timings she can hit, and while I think there's a few sleeper picks in the game that are pretty good at combating her, Soldier and Reaper, for example, have a lot of their power in their base kit, in their weapon. They don't mind getting hacked so much, but a ton of characters certainly do. I think it's likely Sombra will remain a decent pick until Tracer gets significant buffs. Next is Genji, whose maximum ammo has been reduced from 30 to 24. Remember, he fires 3 shurikens at a time, so this is 2 volleys. But more importantly, the damage has been reduced from 29 to 27.
So how does that figure breakpoints? What happens?
87 damage, and now they'll do 81. 3 headshots was 174, now 162. So that means triple headshot and melee no longer kills a squishy, but triple headshot and a swift strike will still do the trick. With less ammo, that means he'll need to reload more often, and less damage overall means his poke and Dragon Blade farm rate will go down. I've seen some players say this will dumpster Genji. I think that's not going to be the case. I don't think his playstyle is so make or break on this 6 to 12 damage. So much of his play is combining and chaining together swift strikes. Now, obviously, if he doesn't do enough damage in order to get an elimination, he can't do that. But especially as they nerfed Diva's booster damage, I was almost wondering if they were going to nerf Genji's swift strike damage. But seeing that they went this way, I think it means more
Diva's booster damage? I guess that's coming up in the video or something.
Higher tiers, because they're going to land more damage with Genji with the attack, whereas more average players get more value, I think, out of Swift Strike and the Blade especially. My opinion is this won't change his power significantly. I think secretly, one of the things keeping Genji in check this whole time has been Zarya. Great tip for you Zarya players out there right now before she gets nerfed in the next patch note. Zarya is one of the strongest characters in the game.
Oh my god, she's a raid. She is the raid boss.
Bubbles can interrupt his dive targets, potentially even counter his blade. Yes, Genji's power is going down, but I think in metas where there isn't a Zarya, Genji gets stronger. The Zarya nerfs are as follows. Barrier duration has been reduced from 2.5
Yeah, as expected, that makes sense.
Either way, that still feels like they last forever, but 2.5 was super forever.
Yeah.
You don't want to charge the Zarya.
Especially because, think about it, it's 2 bubbles. Pretty much back to back, you would have like full 5 seconds of just immortality. In those 5 seconds, if you have the energy, you can pretty much take on anyone. 4 seconds, it is a big change. That's like a 20% shorter immortality. So that's good. And then the cooldown increased as well by 1 second. Not a lot, but...
I don't want to die to the thing that she's bubbling, whether it's her or a teammate.
We'll see.
2.5 seconds
Feels
was
good.
way too long, in my opinion. And the cooldown also gains a second, which I think is important because oftentimes I hear the fake call out that Zarya used both bubbles, but
yes, and then there's another one
together at the same time. Likely it was already on a few second cooldown, and the window of time to actually punish her.
I've seen that so often. Yeah, Zarya used the second bubble, and then like you go to engage, and like 3 seconds later she uses another bubble.
Cooldown, right? So it's actually like she sort of got a third one snuck in. But with them lasting a shorter duration, that's just going to reduce how much space she occupies on the map. The suffocating effect of Zarya bubbles being all over you and having a no-win situation will be lessened. Perhaps this means on average the Zarya energy is lower as they're easier to avoid, won't be up as much. I still think she's an amazing ranked character in general though, because she soft resets so good, and Overwatch 2 has a huge soft reset metagame. The push game mode in a nutshell is just constant soft resets, and when you're playing with random teammates, having the flexibility to either tank more yourself or benefit from their feeding is just an amazing playstyle. So I'm curious if this will knock her out of S tier for the higher tiers. And the last change for the October 24th patch is to Diva. Fusion cannon spread has been increased from 3.5 to 3.75.
Oh, that affects things.
The booster's impact damage
less damage on squishies.
25 down to 15.
So yes, that impact damage, damn, that was obnoxious. Her just bumping into you while shooting
Diva,
so much damage.
Perhaps with the fusion cannon spread increasing, she won't be as devastating up against him, or at least need to be closer than before to do the same effective damage. I also think
no changes to the matrix though.
She could really
that still stays really long.
At one, like a homing missile would easily run one over. They're kind of nerfing everything that's been super good right now, except for Sojourn, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's
Jake had even gone so far to say on Twitter that she shouldn't be able to headshot outside of her ultimate with the railgun. Kind of curious if that would dumpster the character, but she'd still be able to charge up on a single target halfway and then rail it in the body quickly and burst it that way. We've got a lot more videos coming, but of course got to be careful making ones that are going to quickly be made irrelevant if a heavy-handed patch comes through. For the most part, I think...
True. Also, we'll see. Maybe there's something more. We don't know where the leak exactly came from, or maybe we do, but like that might not be the whole deal. You know, they might be working right now on some additional changes that are in the final stages of testing. That's also possible. Right, another Overwatch thing is the new PvE event. I definitely will want to play that and on stream. It's not going to have skill trees or anything like that we're going to have later next year in Overwatch PvE, but it is going to be the first PvE event in Overwatch 2. Hopefully, really hope that it's just not slightly improved and slightly changed Junkrat's Horror Mansion thing that we've already had like so many times redone in Overwatch 1. They can't do it. I think if they would do it, people would literally flip their lid. There's already plenty of people who are sort of like a little bit annoyed about the whole Overwatch 2 thing not being 2. So if they also brought this over from Overwatch 1, hopefully not. Let's see. I also found it weird that they used Brian's voice in the official trailer.
Family-friendly fun.
Family-friendly fun. Or is that Brian? Or someone else? Seriously, my fuel is working. Nice. Congratulations.
What's going on, guys? It's Frito here for
factorying.
your Overwatch with a very important news roundup. Overwatch 2's Halloween Terror is set to go live October 25th. And while the reputation of events in Overwatch might be repetitive and stale, Blizzard has been
absolutely. There you go. Frito's saying the same thing. I really hope that for this event they actually have worked hard on it.
Low-key teasing the new PvE co-op mission as something to be looking forward to.
Wait, so this, by the way, is this Kiriko and not Mercy? This is Kiriko, right?
Looking forward.
She just looks so much taller here. I don't know why. Like, look at the length of those legs. Are her legs really that long? Which is why I confused her with Mercy here, because Mercy also has got a witch skin. And, you know, Mercy has got the long legs for days.
Forward to. They're calling it Junkenstein's.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Wait. No, wait. That's Ash. That is Ash in the witch skin. Interesting. Is this Zarya? I think it might be. What the hell? Mummy Mercy? Yeah.
Revenge, Wrath of the Bride, which will be including new characters Sojourn and Junker Queen, and they're advertising it as
no, it's Junker Queen. Okay, and that's Sojourn in some sort of a mask. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be new skins.
Limited time event throughout
Ash's
the
Warlock
duration
skin.
of Halloween Terror. Dedicated Overwatch fans may have grown tired with the repetitive events over the years. However, when Junkenstein's first came out, it was a glimpse into the future aspirations of the dev team. It used the technology that they currently had to make a horde-based mission with different enemy types. It was simple and not intended to have endless replayability like the upcoming Overwatch 2 campaign is intended to. However, they had already told us from BlizzCon Line that there's lots of new enemy types in the works, as well as enemy AI
I remember seeing that video about all the enemy types and what they can do.
Normally, why wouldn't they use that to amp up Junkenstein's Revenge? I still would set my expectations somewhere in between those two extremes, though. I think it will be a event-free mission, be a serious upgrade on the Horde mode we currently have, but not quite a endlessly replayable campaign, just using bits and pieces of it to spice up the gameplay. I think it's also notable that they are explaining this as a free limited time event. It's my assumption, and I don't know if they've outwardly said
they'll probably sell the skins.
PvE campaign, just sort of like it is in Halo, is likely a separate cost either per mission or per expansion pack or whatever they end up doing with it. This kind of thing, though, is free for everyone. Now, including in that patch for October 25th, that's going to be next week Tuesday, but our previous video speaking about the leaked patch notes seemed confident that the patch would come out on the 24th. So maybe the balance changes come in the 24th, but the main update comes in the 25th, or they're synced together.
Maybe.
I saw some of you guys concerned that
Linus, make up your mind. Wait a minute. About what?
I want to correct that parts of it were incorrect and then later corrected for the record. And by the time we covered it, it was after it's been confirmed by the journalist Yiska. Yes, it was leaked by others, but he did his due diligence, and I trust his reporting. Because,
all right, so those look like real changes, but that would be a really small patch. I'm very surprised that Sojourn is not getting a change at all. Like, Sojourn has been complained about from the top highest levels all the way to the low. It's, yeah, okay, strange. Make up your mind, which character is it? It is Kiriko. That one's Kiriko, yeah. It just looked very much like Mercy. Genshin new update on Sunday.
Right? And turns out pros are a chatty bunch, okay? So I'm pretty sure that's the patch we're going to be getting on Monday or Tuesday. More on Tuesday, the commercial lead John Spector tweeted out that Bastion and Torbjorn and Junkertown
nice, okay. So they're back on Tuesday. Good. I definitely had games where I definitely could benefit from like a Torb for some sort of flanking tracer that's annoying us.
Everything polished up for that free event because there's going to be all the new skins, the PvE mode will be a blast, and the new patch as well would mix up the competitive metagame. That's a good time for them to get all their ducks in a row and prove that this is a live service game. This is, I know how they'll be talking internally, how important it is to turn the corner after a really bumpy launch. Remember, they did apologize for that bumpy launch, and if you log in for this event, or actually even longer than that, anytime in Season 1 after October 25th, you will gain the Cursed Captain Reaper Legendary skin, as well as Health Pack Charm. In that apology blog post, they announced a triplet of double XP weekends. The first one is actually starting tomorrow, Friday the 21st at 11
But that's double XP, not for all XP. It's only match XP, unfortunately. Only match XP.
28th, ending again on the Monday.
Still,
and there won't be an
nice
opportunity
boost
for another double XP weekend until November 24th, the weekend of Thanksgiving. Why spend time with your family when you could grind your battle pass? Am I right? Honey, is there something wrong? You've barely touched your double XP weekend. A few other important bits of news and milestones I wanted to make you guys aware of as well. In the first 10 days of Overwatch 2, the game reached 25 million unique
Daniel,
players.
we'll come back with
Now
bread.
that SMS verification, these numbers make a lot more sense to me. I'm sure people have multiple accounts still with multiple phone numbers, but I get the sense that the Smurf issue is nowhere near as rampant as it was in Overwatch 1, where they had a bajillion players, but what does that really mean when it's so easy to get an alt account? This number
Imagine double XP dailies and weeklies. Yeah, that would like sometimes be 2-3 levels
in the game.
Now, a pop. Like you finish a game, 3 battle pass levels.
Player numbers month to month, but we may never learn that for Overwatch, unfortunately, because that's not the kind of thing that Blizzard announces unless it's an outrageous number, because of course will be compared to the other live service games. Think how many more players might stick around if the game actually works, which of course they're working hard to do as soon as possible, shoring up the fixes, and I expect this Halloween event patch to be a good step forward for the stability and functionality of the game. A while back, we reported on a departure from Blizzard. Jeff Goodman left his role as the lead hero
he
designer
did.
for
That's
Overwatch
true.
2.
I wonder why.
Alec Dawson is now the lead hero designer for Overwatch 2. He comes from developing Hearthstone, where he was the lead game designer on that game. And my question is, are you the guy that came up with
when are we getting Marlux in this? Oh, bot. Well, I'm right here in the chat, so I might just ban. Banned. Senses, at least it's nice they do it during the weekend when most people are off work and school. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anything to complain about. It's nice. Double XP. The battle pass, in my opinion, still is way too slow. It needs to be a little bit faster, I think. But, or, I don't know, or more rewarding than more interesting things than just some sort of bland-looking sprays and voice lines. But getting double XP for matches, why not? If someone wants to farm, FYI, the best way to farm is doing quick play matches, not competitive. Competitive matches are longer because both sides get to do the push, say push the payload, then defend, attack, defend. Quick play matches end faster because you do only one side, and they still give you the same XP. FYI. Already forgiven your cat and given her a hug. Aw. For chewing the headphone cable? Nice.
Because if so, I find this to be a good addition to the team. However, of course, so many of the good decisions for the design of the game, I feel, were a team decision anyway, so I don't really rest it at the feet of one guy and not Jeff Goodman. He did usher in the transition from Overwatch 1 to 2, so I don't really see it as like Jeff Goodman bad, Alec Dawson good. And seeing as Aaron Keller and the devs have already said that they've been playtesting new heroes far down the line, it's not like the new hero lead can take credit for that, right? So I don't know.
And yeah, we're getting a new tank, right? In what now? It's now 6 weeks.
One, if next year we turn the corner into something that feels different, but having seen a slew of new content, I'm confident in knowing what was old philosophy and what is new philosophy, and my perspective is like we've already transitioned.
Dude, imagine there's gonna be oh my god, those fire strike snipes. Fucking hell, that's crazy. But yeah, imagine a few years down the line we have like 70 heroes in Overwatch. Like, it's sort of becoming League where there's like bunch of heroes that no one even plays. Like, yeah, those are not meta. You know, there's like 13 heroes that no one's interested in because they're not being played. They're just, you know, like Sojourn being the better soldier, shit like that. Yeah, next season is tank, yeah. I don't know if there's any rumors about what is it.
Roundup video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to leave the video with a like.
Almost took it off the map.
Subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on our upcoming content. You can get our videos sent directly to your cell phone each and every time.
Thank you, your Overwatch. That was good. Good news, good news.
That's been it for me. I've been Frito for your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.
Well, that was the news roundup. Another little thing I wanted to look at, since it is just chatting today. Anyway, again, for maybe a couple of people who haven't heard. So I'll be finishing the stream in about 10-ish minutes or so. Today is a very, very short stream. I will be streaming one of the days over the weekend as well. I'll let you know. But yeah, I've got a little high school friends reunion, mini reunion. Well, there's just best mates reunion. Let's call it that. It's just they're all from high school. So I need to start getting ready in 10 minutes. Take a shower. Well, shave. Look at that neck beard. Shave. Wash my hair, get dressed, and then start traveling, because it will take me a good hour and a half, maybe longer, to actually travel there. Necromancer says there are rumors for it being Mauga, an old friend of Batiste. Ah, yes, I think I've seen one picture with his name, yeah, but I don't know anything else about him, yeah. Since when do you have a blue shirt? Yeah, right? Look at that. I'm not in my standard black shirt stuff. I have one blue t-shirt from the summer already. I had it during the summer. I bought it because it looked good together with my neon yellow shoes. Neon yellow and blue, kind of nice combination. So I decided to, you know, get a little bit crazy and get a blue shirt instead of a black one. Get ready with me stream? Yeah, right. You just want me to see, want to see me shower. But yeah, there's not much else to get ready, yeah. I'll go and shave, take a quick shower, and then get my clothes, get my backpack. And here's why, for those of you who are techno nerds, I'm going to the place where I'm also going to take one of the 3090s for testing. So that friend of mine at whose house we're having that little party, he used to have the mining rig, so he's got the 3090s and he's okay with selling one to me. So I'm gonna take one to test. So next week I'll probably try and stream on that. I think so, and see how it goes. Even though it is a worse brand and not as good of a cooler as my current card, but it's a better card. So at the end of the day, I might have better performance. So I'll try it out. 3090, yeah. It is gainward, though, so it's not the best of brands. Like, the cooler is fairly generic. I don't care about the looks that much. It's just I'm worried about the temperatures and about the loudness of fans. That's all I'm sort of thinking about. But, yes. Looking disrespectfully. Staring, what was that? Staring respectfully. I like that combination a lot more. Daniel says, I think bright color clothing helps in the heat too. It doesn't attract the sun like dark clothing. Well, it doesn't. Dark clothing doesn't attract the sun. Sorry for nitpicking. But it sort of absorbs, doesn't reflect the sunlight, so more of the heat is absorbed into the clothing. I don't think you would realistically feel a difference. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think one would feel the difference going outside in a white t-shirt versus a black t-shirt in a summer's day. I don't think so. Sort of Giga Chad because it's great performance, but it's very concerning heat-wise. I think the 3090's design is pretty weird because the PCBs can get melted or something like that. I don't think so. No, I think design-wise they're fine. It's just that, yeah, I've never had a gain word card. Then again, I did some Googling and, you know, checked what people are saying in the reviews, and those who have it are very happy. It's still a decent 3090 at the end of the day. It can even overclock just fine. I know that this model VRAM overclocks because it was used in a not a Bitcoin, an Ethereum mining farm. The actual GPU chips haven't been pushed. It's just the VRAM that has been pushed, and I know that it overclocks fine, and it has been tested, and it's fine. But other than that, I need to see how the temperatures are going to be in my case, right? Because in the farm, it was like in the open with fans blowing on it as well. I know that that the temperatures have been checked and taken care of, so I hope it's in a good condition. I will try it out, and then there's another one, an Asus model, that I also want to try out. I know that the VRAM isn't as good on that one. It clocks only to like 770 megahertz or something like that. So I'll try that out too, see which one I like better, and then yeah, sell my card, my current 2080 Ti, to Senji, maybe. Senji's interested. And then yeah, I'll have a 3090, because there is an OBS update coming out as well. Oh my god, I'm talking tech nerd stuff, but there is an OBS update, 28 point something, coming out soon-ish, that adds quality options to NVNC. I know, about 80% of the chat are zoning out right now because I'm just talking some encoding garbage. But no, I'm very excited about that one. Because still, you know, the streams can be very, very blocky looking in fast-paced games. Something like Scorn yesterday, slow and not a lot of effects. Yeah, it looks very sharp and nice and clean. But look at something like Overwatch or some other games that I've played recently, where there's a lot of stuff happening on the screen, and many of you have said that like Facecam looks just very blocky and pixelated. Yeah, because even with the max bitrate, etc., it's still very hard to encode that. But NVNC or NVINC now having quality options the same as X264 had, that is going to be interesting. And that's where the 3090 could come in handy. Not pushing more frames for games on stream, necessarily, but upping or maxing out the new encoding options that are going to be introduced, and hopefully we'll get rid of some of the blockiness. That would be really good. Carlsbrooks is checking in. Yes, hello. Carl's is checking because, as I said, yeah, he's son of JJ's, who I'm visiting, and so he's just checking that I'm finishing the stream in 5 minutes and leaving on time. Yes, I want to leave on time, of course, because, you know, people are going to be waiting for me there. We might go into sauna, might not. I just got a message that not everyone's interested in sauna, and I don't want to be the one that people spend tons of electricity for to warm up the whole sauna. So. But still, need to be there on time. Love It Long Time says, what? You never worked outside in the summer? Light white is right. Wait, really? Like, I'm not talking about like some sort of overalls or something, but just a white t-shirt like this versus a black t-shirt. You can feel the difference? Really? You gotta go, Cree. No? Got 4 minutes. Let me be. Let me chat. I love you. Sauna snaps incoming in 10 hours. I mean, never say never and all that, but yeah, probably not. From the you know, what I'm gathering from the messages is that basically it's me and JJ that wants to go into sauna, and you know, just two of us. What's the point? So that's 1 and 2. And I know it sounds unbelievable, but for sure we're not gonna be like drinking like crazy. Because I said earlier, there's a few of us in that group that are trying to cut down the drinking, and we're very mindful of each other's efforts. So we're sort of taking it easy. A lot of fun can be done with 2 in sauna. Yeah, sure. Well, while sailing, fishing, sleeping in the hammock, white t-shirts, you most certainly can feel the difference. Wow, today I learned. I mean, I know the sort of basic science behind it, but I didn't realize that on a human body you would actually feel the difference on just a t-shirt. Okay. Higgebrit says the last thing I understood was bright yellow trainers. Yeah, you've seen them. You've seen them. You said that you like them. You're a trainers guy. And yeah, the i9 9900K should be just fine for the 3090. As far as I know, that shouldn't be bottlenecking in any way. So yeah, we'll test it. We'll test it. We'll test that. What else? Oh yeah, I wanted to look at this article about like the best FPS games you can play right now, and I noticed Neon White. Any nerds in the chat that I actually have heard of Neon White? I've never ever heard of it. Right, Prey, Metro Exodus, I know all of those, so that's that. But has anyone heard of Neon White? That's probably the last thing I want to show you today. Neon White trailer. It's available on PC. On Steam, it has got 6,000 reviews, and it's overwhelmingly positive. Oh, look at that! Daniel knows Neon White. CV knows Neon White. Okay. I have never, ever heard of it. And then I just saw a little bit of it. I haven't seen the whole trailer, but I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, whoa, 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 what the hell? That looks kind of amazing. Right. Let's look at the trailer. Neon White. It's very anime.
We're called neons. Sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work.
Sinners.
I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
It is a shooter. You just shoot with cards out of all things. The only thing is, don't take it seriously. The cringe dialogue is intentional. Right, wait a minute. I think Steam had a longer trailer, honestly. Let me just have a look at it there. Load Steam, please. Neon White. Not expensive either. 20 quid. Any sinners? Hopefully. Otherwise, this all has been in vain. There you go. This is a little bit more gameplay. So it's like a very fast-paced, weird shooter.
Assassins in heaven?
And is it a roguelike as well or not?
Do someone's dirty work.
It's so weird to not have a weapon model, but instead those cards on the right.
It's kill or be
Only
killed.
one sinner
You
can
won't last
stay.
long if you can't rely on yourself. God's judgment has nothing to do with it.
Is the Cowboy Bebop voice actor? Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I just spotted it and I was like, damn. Whoa! Ah! Where's the sound coming from? What's happening? Dude, I honestly don't know. Oh my god, Steam. Steam auto-playing the next trailer in a row. Come on, bro. Steam, why you do me like that? Okay. It's like you do levels to get a best time. Okay, so it's mostly for speed. Okay. Well, I don't know. I might look at it. Look at it. Since like Overwatch 2 solo, at least this this moment in time will not work. So I'll still keep it, but I gotta mix it up. So I'm looking for some other first-person shooty style stuff. Not exclusively, but mostly that. Goodbye, motherfucker. I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get ready. I mean, it's gonna take some time to get this off already. Chat. I still enjoyed, though. Even only for a couple of hours, but I enjoyed hanging out with you. Thank you very much for still being here through the thick and thin, and a lot of my ups and downs as well. I still enjoy time with you a lot. Thank you for being here. Huge shout out to the Omega Schlong that is love you long time in all kinds of ways. Thank you, my man. For real. Thank you very much. And I'll be back either tomorrow or on Sunday. There is going to be an extra stream. Some Overwatch mixed up with something else. Bruno with 25. What the hell? Thank you. Beer money. It is. Thank you very much.
Beer money.
That's actually going to be about exactly what I was planning on spending. That's incredibly precise. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was thinking about getting like some Coronas for me and basically the what's it called? The host as well. So that was roughly what I was looking at. Thank you very much, Bunu. Love you long time. Yodis, thank you for the bits as well. 69. Nice. And I think Yodis also gifted a sub. Thank you. Yes. So I'll be back either tomorrow or on Sunday. I'll let you know about the extra weekend stream. And then on Monday, new Tales from the Borderlands. I'll definitely play that. I don't know how long the game is. I hope it's at least a couple of streams, not one. And then, yeah. Some Overwatch 2 mixed with other things. We can YouTube or Twitch. I think Twitch for now. The way things are and how difficult from all kinds of aspects it is, I want to still do the YouTube streams now and then, but even if it is tomorrow that I can go live, depending on when I get back home, and I probably will be itching to install the 3090 and try it out, so I'll need to do that first, and then if I've got some time left for the stream, then I'll stream tomorrow. If not, then most likely on Sunday, yeah. Oh god, Coronas, at least please get some limes for them. What, you don't like the taste? Nah. I like the taste. I've always liked the Corona beer taste. 1 and 2, it is a lighter beer as well. I mean it when I say that it's not only me, but quite a lot of others in that company that are trying to drink less. You know, we're men in 40s. All kinds of crises in life. So alcohol has been strong on a lot of us. So yeah, there's a lot of people that don't want to get too drunk. And Coronas are much, much lighter beer. So you can still drink like the same amount, but at least not get absolutely slobbered and sloshed. So yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna fuck you all, chat. Bye. With those wise, beautiful words coming from Siri, I say goodbye to you. Might post a selfie from the sauna, might not. Don't hold your breath. Hold your pee-pee. And, yeah. I'll be back over the weekend. I'll let you know on Discord and on Twitter as well, which day I'm going to be streaming. If not, on the weekend, see you on a Monday. And yes, in the wise words of Siri, I'm going to fuck you all. Bye.
Burgos Binted.